Well, hello, welcome. This is Anna Kitney. Apologies for my late start. I'm still getting my head around these new settings on Facebook Live. So today is part of the money series. It's designed to energetically clear the blocks to not just attracting money but also keeping money. So that's holding on to money so you can save and so you can invest for the future. So right now in this lockdown, there are a lot of companies and organizations who are going to go under because they haven't got enough savings in their business to take care of their staff, their overheads, their factories or their buildings and so forth. And so today's Facebook Live is really start to kind of clear some of the blocks that you guys might be having to actually not just attracting money, but actually keeping it, saving it, and investing it so that you can prepare for the future. Okay, and so I put a post on social media around you guys looking at ancestrally where some of your beliefs are coming from. So your belief systems around money are inherited. Majority of the beliefs are inherited. Sorry, someone's just messaging me. They're wondering where this live is. Main page. There we go. Okay. So yeah, where was I? Yes. So just in the chat, guys, tell me what country you're from so I get an idea of where you are in the world. Let me know in the chat. So from Kuwait. Let me know what country you're from. So let me give you a kind of a brief history of my background. So I was born in 76 in communist Poland. My father was a post-war baby, so his parents experienced World War I and World War II. And when my father visited me a few years ago, we had some very interesting conversations. And one of the conversations was around money. And he was saying that back in the old days, my grandfather would hide money in floorboards in between the panels in the walls to hide money. So when the invading people came through our country, the money was hidden. In fact, he buried money in the garden. My father was saying that in the old days there used to be like this really large coin that came from America. So apparently my grandfather buried one of these things in the garden, but then he forgot where he buried it. And so I think it's probably still buried somewhere in Poland, right? And so this was really fascinating around understanding what happened to my ancestors in regards to this topic of money. So money that has to be hidden, money that has to be concealed. And this can show up in, for example, companies who are avoiding paying taxes. And you would hear this a lot in the news with a lot of the big organizations. I'm not going to name any names here, but you guys are seeing in the papers big organizations who have got offshore accounts. Even though they're trading and operating in the UK, they're avoiding paying taxes in the UK. They're generating revenue from the UK, but because of loopholes, they're avoiding paying their taxes that they should be paying. So this is a belief around that there's not enough money and that they're in scarcity, and so this reluctance to pay the taxes that are due. So let's have a look where you guys are from. So Netherlands, Turkey, Serbia. Wow, welcome. Another one from Netherlands, US. Hi, Charlotte. Brazil, Peru. Hi, Catherine. Hello, my lovely. I still have your crystal. I still have your beautiful crystal. Bulgaria, Greece, Portugal, Germany. Another one from Serbia, Hungary. A few people from Hungary, Austria, Finland, Paris, USA, Greece, Switzerland, Lebanon. Wow, international community today. So Laura's saying Lithuania. My dad kept his money in a safe under the bed. Yeah, so some of our ancestors kept their money hidden under mattresses, right? So we've got another one from Germany, Czech, Berlin, Germany. Oh, Susan, I don't know what that is. Utrecht? I don't know where that is. That must be a city in your country. Hungary, London. Okay, Paris, France, but born in Poland. Okay, hi Dorota. Greece, Northern Ireland. Hello. Bulgaria, Canada. Wow, hello, Canada. Bulgaria, Morocco. I love Morocco. Hello, Hanan. Miami. I was in Miami in what was it? I think February, March. Literally, I think I got the last flight out of the US before lockdown happened. Dubai, Peru. Amazing, amazing, and fabulous, guys. Thank you. And so now I want this to be an experiential Facebook Live. Now I want you to write down in your notes who were the invaders or enemies of your country, of your people. Okay, so who were the enemies in the last 2, 3 to 500 years? Okay, who were the enemies of your neighboring countries? And obviously, on the highest truth of the divine, there are no enemies, right? There are no enemies. However, when it comes to kind of like the grounded, earthbound belief systems, our subconscious, we carry belief systems that is what we call unconscious bias against different nations and cultures because our ancestors were at war with those nations and cultures. Okay, so write down who are the enemies or invaders of your people. Write that down in your notes, and if you want to share them in the chat, also let me know as well. And so as you're doing that, why is this important? So essentially your belief systems around any topic, including money, are inherited. They come from a number of levels, but one of the main levels is what we call the genetic level, which is ancestral beliefs. And science has proven that these beliefs go back 21 generations. 21 generations. So back in the day, people obviously didn't live as long as we do today. So it's approximately 600, 700 years ago, maybe even 1,000. So thinking about what was happening to your people 500, 600, 700, or 1,000 years ago. So for nearly every nation on the planet, there has been some sort of war, been some sort of conflict where invaders would come and they would pillage. There would be, for example, rape. They would come and rape the women and take the children, and take those children, particularly the sons, to be soldiers for their army, for example. Some of these women would fall pregnant and give birth to these children of this invading army. This invading army would take they would come and take the food, so maybe they're coming and take the livestock from your village. They may have taken any sort of wealth, so there may have been, if your ancestors had any form of money or currency, that may have been taken, jewels, gold, brassware. They may have taken the horses, the camels, obviously depending on what country you're from, obviously. They would have taken livestock, family members, and any form of wealth that your family had. For some of the ancestors, your homes would have been destroyed. So as the invading army came through, the villages would have been burnt to the ground to destroy all the people, to stop those people retaliating back to try and steal back their possessions. So let me know in the chat, guys, who were the enemies of your people? Okay, so we've got someone from the Jewish ancestry, and so we've got Jewish people all around the world. So their land was stolen from them. Their land was stolen from them. So in the Jewish genetic lineage, for them, money is a big it's a big conversation. Jewish people tend to have a lot more conversations about money and educate their children around money because so much of it was taken. The land was taken. They were uprooted, and you have Jewish people all around the world. And some of the most wealthy, affluent people around the world are Jewish. Okay, Italy, Algerian, Romania, New Jersey, US. Buna. I'm assuming that's a city, not a country. Okay, Netherlands, Serbia. Miss you too, Hanan. Hanan's one of our students at Bergeron. Okay, Paula's saying, my husband's family were kicked out of Uganda. And so they used to keep their suitcases ready in case they had to leave quickly. Yeah. So for example, in the black community, they were taken as slaves over to, for example, the Caribbean islands, and to the UK, and to France. And so this feeling of like you were taken from your family, taken from your home, and you were treated like property. So as a modern woman or modern man, you feel that you're free, you have, you have a career, you have a future, but subconsciously you may be running programs like my boss owns me, I'm a slave to money, I'm a slave to my boss. And so these are some of the programs we're going to start to change today. Okay, Marie's saying Germany and Turkey. So I'm assuming those were your enemy countries. Turkish, yes. Yeah, the Turkish were a powerful nation. They came, well, obviously, Genghis Khan came through most of Europe. Hence, the Polish blonde became a brunette with olive skin. So I've got some Turkish blood in me from thousands of years ago. Okay, so we've got Pakistan, Israel, France, Brit, Germany, Russia, Turkey, Russian, Greece. Okay, so we've got Iraq, Egypt, German, European, and Arabic countries, right? So we've identified a lot of different so-called enemies of our ancestors, and so here's how it can affect you. If you are holding on to these unconscious beliefs about a prejudice towards a country, then you will create a block to actually receiving money from that country. So what does that mean? If you're looking to build a business that is international, say for example you're a healer and you're working online, which means the globe is your audience, right? You're not just in your city or in your state. If you are online as a healer or as a coach, your business is international, okay? If you're English speaking and that's maybe your primary language, say for example you speak English and Russian, so there's Russians all around the world, and so your audience is English speaking and Russian people all around the world, okay? Some of you, there's a lot of Turkish people, so you may be, obviously you're attending live today, so you speak English and Turkish, so there's Turkish people all around the world. There's a huge Turkish community here in the UK, and so if you have these are subconscious beliefs which are prejudiced against these countries, you'll find it very difficult to get paid or attract money from these nations, okay? So I think I mentioned this in a recent Facebook Live. So during my journey as a theta healer, one of the courses I attended was a class called World Relations, and it's one of our mastery classes. And in that class, you specifically spend 5 days working on your unconscious bias. And so I was born in communist Poland in 76. And as I mentioned, my grandfather lived through, 2 world wars. And so in my DNA, if we're to go back my DNA, 21 generations, we've got the Turkish, we've got the Russians, we've got the Germans, you've got, obviously some of the countries have changed names now, right? Like Prussia, for example, Prussia would have been enemies of my people and so forth. And so as I started to clear my unconscious bias, I had opportunities where clients and students would come to my classes, to sessions, to my events from these countries because I released my unconscious bias. So personally, I never had an altercation with a Russian person or a German person. Like never. However, my DNA, my ancestors did. The moment I cleared this is the moment doors of opportunity opened up for me. In fact, quite several years ago when I attended the World Relations Instructor Training in Montana in the US with my teacher, Viola Steibel, I completed the certification teaching for this class, and on the last day I was invited to teach in Russia. And I actually went there 3 times. So this is like the miracle that's possible for you. So if you are looking to work online, as most people are right now, where they're pivoting from like people in person to doing online, you've got the entire globe as your client base essentially. You need to clear these blocks to this unconscious bias. So we're going to start to kind of clear some of these beliefs we have about our boundaries, our borders, our possessions, our stuff, where we're afraid that if I have money, the government will take it. So during the communist era, anyone that had wealth, their wealth was taken from them because the communists believed that everyone should have equal. So if you had money, it was taken from you. If you had money, you would have tried to hide your money from government, for example. If your country was, invaded, then you would be trying to hide your money from these people. So here are some beliefs I posted up on social media just the other day. In relation to this topic, and I'm going to get you guys to muscle test. Now, obviously I'm aware some people are not theta healers, so I'm just going to quickly demonstrate muscle testing. Muscle testing is a form of applied kinesiology. It's a way where we can test our subconscious beliefs. So not conscious, subconscious beliefs. And so you may not even be aware of some of these beliefs. Here you are walking around trying to get clients and grow your business or make money, and or you're having conflict with someone at work and you know why you're having that conflict. And maybe you're having a conflict because your DNA was at war with their DNA thousands of years ago, right? Okay, so we're going to do some muscle testing to identify some of these beliefs. So I'm going to demonstrate the muscle testing now. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, it's very bright, isn't it? Okay, so what you do is you stand side. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see your feet. Your feet are hip width apart. Okay, and you're just going to soften your knees, not bend them, but soften them. And you will stand up and you will say yes, yes, yes. And what will happen is your body will slightly tip forwards. In the UK, it's been a very, very hot day, so make sure you're hydrated. If you're not hydrated, your muscle testing may not work correctly. It is cooking in here, by the way. Absolutely cooking. So if I start to sweat, you'll know why. Okay, right. So again, standing straight, feet hip width apart, just softening your knees and just relax your muscles and say yes, yes, yes. And you feel this pull and your body will go forwards. And now back to center and you'll say no, no, no. And your body will go backwards. Okay, so we start with yeses and nos to know where our muscle testing is working correctly. So now we can begin to ask questions of our subconscious mind. So muscle testing connects to our nervous system, which connects to our subconscious mind. So these are beliefs of the subconscious, not conscious. Okay, so we now can start checking beliefs. So say, for example, let's just check, I'm a woman. Okay. I went forwards for that one. So if you're a gentleman, you would have gone backwards for that one. Okay, so again, back to center. I'm a man. Okay, so ladies, you should have gone back, and gentlemen, you should have gone forwards. So now we kind of know our muscle testing is working correctly. As I said, if you're not moving or you're swaying, it may be that you're dehydrated, so make sure you have plenty of water. If you're going forwards on the no and backwards on the yes, just do this for me. This just aligns your polarity, so just do that, and that should sort you out. Okay, other thing you can do is zip up your energy field. So imagining from your base chakra up, just pulling yourself up like a zipping up. Okay, you can zip yourself up and then your muscle testing should work correctly. Okay, so please stay standing for these as I say them. When I say them, make sure you say them out loud so that you get accurate muscle testing. So you're going to make the statement and see if you go forwards or backwards. Okay, so let's check this one. Rich people are greedy. So you make the statement out loud and see if you go forwards or backwards. So we did some work around that one yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's live, make sure you come back to that one. Okay, next one. So back to standing, back to center. It's unsafe to have money. Okay, just make a mental note. Did you go forwards or backwards? If you went forwards, that actually means a yes, that for you, in your subconscious mind, you believe it's unsafe to have money. Okay, and if you went backwards, that means a no. Okay, let's check this one. So make sure you say this out loud. I have to hide my money from others. I have to hide my money from others. See, did you go forwards or backwards? Okay, next. If I have money, the government will steal it or take it. If I have money, the government will steal it. And so for your ancestors, in the past, the government may have stolen it. Okay, so I know some of you were from communist countries. The government may have come and stolen your family's wealth. Okay, next one. Enemies will take my land. Make a mental note. Did you go forwards or backwards? Enemies will take my property. Okay, I'm tuning in. A lot of people triggered by that one. Yeah, for some of your ancestors, your homes were uprooted, your homes were stolen, burnt down, taken from you. But I think with just tuning in, as I'm tuning people watching this, as well as the replay, guys. This will work in the replay. Like, for example, the war between India and Pakistan, where borders changed, and one minute you were Indian, all of a sudden you became Pakistani because the way the border changed, and you lost your home and property and family and division. And that conflict between those two nations still goes on. Let's check another one. I am never safe. Okay, and last belief, it's dangerous to be visible. That tends to be a big one for a lot of people. And an important one to release, because if you were trying to build your business online and you were scared to be visible, you won't get yourself on a Facebook Live, you won't put your pictures up on Instagram, you will try and be an undercover spiritual warrior, which is very difficult. Okay, so let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in chat. How many limiting beliefs did you have? Were you surprised by some of them? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to know. Okay, so Paula's talking about Alexander the Great, who invaded all of India. I think Alexander the Great invaded a lot of countries. Okay, African American and Native American. Oh, very nice. Yeah, and having slaves. Yeah, this slave energy for the Black community creates beliefs around not feeling like they can have a mortgage or a home, fear that they'll have possessions, that those possessions will be taken. So a fear that a woman, fear that a woman fears that a man will be taken. So fear that the man will cheat. So anything in regards to like owning, having, feels unsafe, and a mistrust as well. So those are all deep ancestral programs because of the slave energy, which we're going to clear today. Yeah, so Shiwat's saying she's from India, so Pakistan and England were her invaders. Yeah. So Shiwat, what if you could clear the unconscious bias towards England so that you can get English clients and get paid in pounds? How awesome would that be? Okay, so Leah's saying, I feel more ashamed for being English than what our people have done. I mean, all people have been guilty of horrible things. I'm not going to say the Polish people are completely clean. You know, we had our fair share of invading other countries too. Yeah. Let's have a look. Mongol invasion, Ottoman Empire. Wow, you guys are good with your history. Okay, so it was broken into pieces and given around to neighbors. Romania, Yugoslavia. Yes, that's now Yugoslavia is now changed names. Czechoslovakia is now Czech. Nazi Germans, Soviets. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So on a subconscious level, you may have prejudice against, for example, Czechoslovakia, even though now it's called Czech Republic. So Christina's all of them. Christina, you're on the right Facebook Live. I'm going to clear them, my love. Okay, Xenia's 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, so yeah, cool. So some of you had some of you had all, most of them. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, let's clear these guys, shall we? Let's clear them. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's clear these now. Okay, so we're going to set intention to have a complete healing on this issue so that you are free to receive money in all forms of currency. So that you are free, you know, via PayPal account or Stripe account to receive money in any form of currency that can come to you, and letting go of how it's going to come to you. So don't always be attached to a client or a job, but be open to unexpected sources of income. It can come in the form of an inheritance. It can come in the form of the government giving you, a rebate, or the government giving you a grant of some kind. So be open to all the ways in which the money can come to you. So close your eyes for me, guys. Okay, so I'm taking a guided meditation. We're going to clear all of these together. Nice deep breath. And relax. Good. Okay, so you're going to imagine that you're sharing space and sharing molecules with the chair that you're sitting on. You and the chair are one. Expanding further now into the room that you're in, the building that you're in, the city that you're in. You're not being stretched or pulled, just simply sharing space and sharing molecules. Expanding further now into the country that you're in, across the planet, and all the nations of the planet. Every man, woman, and child sharing space and sharing molecules. Expanding further now across our solar system, our Milky Way galaxy, across all the galaxies of the universe and past the universe, into these bright lights, dark lights, bright lights, into the beautiful golden light. Into this J-like substance with all the colors of the rainbow. And this is the laws of the universe. The law of attraction, law of magnetism, law of truth, law of compassion. And this law of compassion is this pink mist. Allow this pink mist to surround you in your bubble as it takes you straight through that beautiful pearly iridescent light, bright, bright white light. Good, well done. This energy of this pearly iridescent white light is the energy of pure consciousness, the energy of the Creator, the divine, God, universal intelligence. Whatever you call this energy, it is from this place that we can facilitate healings, readings, guidance, and transformation. So I'm just going to say a quick prayer. So Creator, all that is commanded that we release all of these beliefs today, that we release all our resistance to attracting money, holding on to money, keeping money, saving money, and investing money wisely. We bring the energy of forgiveness, that we're able to forgive us, our ancestors, and the enemies of our ancestors, so we can be free and open for global unity. To remember that we are all one, without borders, without currency, we are all one. And to be open to receiving this infinite abundance, knowing it is our birthright, with grace and ease. Good, good. Awesome. Okay, keeping your eyes closed now. We're going to allow Creator to take you to the first point of trauma. This is going to be what we call genetic digging. So we're going to go to the first point of trauma where your ancestors were invaded, where their wealth was taken, where you and your ancestors created a belief that it's not safe to have money, it's not safe to have wealth, it's not safe to accumulate wealth for fear it will be taken. So whether that is money or property or even children, where it became fearful for you to have, to own. Okay, you'll start to see a scene, feel, sense a scene, and this will be, for some of you, will be hundreds of years old. Let go of any drama. So if you're seeing like a battle with blood, just let go of all that drama, stay in the energy of love, and we're going to bring in forgiveness. We're going to ask the Creator to release this shock and trauma now from your very DNA on every level of your being, showing you that this war is over, this battle is over, and that you and your ancestors are safe. That a result of your ancestors' strength and determination, resourcefulness and creativity, you survived. That DNA lineage that represents you, you represent the survivor of that powerful, strong ancestors. So giving gratitude and appreciation for your ancestors. They may have had to fight wars to assert their boundaries, to take back their possessions that were stolen from them. We're just going to give gratitude and appreciation for their sacrifices and showing you that you no longer need to make these sacrifices. You no longer need to battle, either battling with yourself or the enemies of your ancestors, battling with money, so anywhere you're making money the enemy. So anywhere having money for your ancestors, put your ancestors in danger, made them a target. We're going to release this now. Would you like this? If you just say yes out loud, this change will be done for you on every level of your being. Now I want you to use your breath. As you use your breath, this brings spirit into the body. Allow the energy to flow in through your crown chakra, all the way through your body as this energy is released. Okay, let's bring in forgiveness. That it's possible to forgive the enemies of your ancestors. And that it's possible to forgive your ancestors for the atrocities they caused in other nations. That it is safe for you to let go of the past. That it is safe for you to let go of battle, conflict. Can the Creator of all that is teach you and show that it is safe for you to have wealth, it's safe for you to have money, it's safe for you to accumulate wealth without the fear of it being taken. That you know what it feels like to spend money with gratitude and appreciation. And letting go of spending money with scarcity, stinginess, or fear. Can we teach what it feels like to be able to save money and have money to spend? So you can do both. You have money to spend and money to save. Okay, so now we need to download a virtue, and this virtue is around accountability. Accountability is around your commitments that you have. So for example, a commitment may be to pay your income taxes or corporation taxes, for example. That is accountability. If you have support, say for example, support in the home or in your business, you're accountable for taking care of those staff, paying their salaries and their taxes and so forth. That's what we mean by accountability. Accountability doesn't mean that you are making yourself responsible for other people's messes or other people's decisions. Okay, that's not what we mean by accountability. So we're going to ask the divine energy to download you with the virtue of accountability, that you can know that you can earn plenty of money and still be able to pay your taxes. Okay, I think it was once said that I think Oprah Winfrey pays like millions of dollars in tax, and she's more than happy to pay millions of dollars because she makes millions more. Okay, so let's download you with the highest definition, understanding, perspective of accountability, and that your truth is the same as Creator's. Awesome, good. Okay, so now we're going to come to boundaries and borders. Okay, so we're going to ask the Creator again to take you back to a first point of trauma where your ancestors' boundaries or borders were penetrated. For some of you, you lost portions of your country. For some of you, you got completely uprooted from your country and you lost your people, you lost your land, you lost your culture, your heritage, your traditions. And with that comes a lot of resentment and anger and things like that. So we're going to ask Creator to take it at first point of trauma for you down your ancestral line where your boundaries or borders were breached. Okay, and so it's very important that as you increase your wealth, you also assert healthy boundaries. Okay, because as you increase in wealth, you want to make sure that people aren't going to be taking your money and that you're free to give it to who you wish to give it rather than being taken from you. So beliefs about boundaries are very important to put in. Okay, again, you might see like a flash of when your ancestors' boundaries or borders were broken. For some of you, it may be thousands of years, thousands and thousands of years. So when it goes back that far back, it's what we call on a history level. So it's sitting in the collective consciousness of the land of your country where your ancestors originated from. As I'm tuning in, some of you guys have got different DNA. So some of your ancestors were like migrating from different countries, and so you've got a blend. And there was interracial marriages. So again, there's like a blend. Some of you, there's like a bit of German and Jewish blood. I'm just picturing a blend of sort of the Indian and Pakistani and some Arabic DNA as well, mixed as well. So what may happen sometimes is our DNA fights with itself, because we've got this Arabic blood fighting with this, Indian blood, for example. Yeah. So we're going to start to release some of this internal conflict as well. Okay, so creative, all that is, command to release all the shock and trauma of our boundaries being broken for our ancestors by the enemies of our ancestors. All in the highest and best way. This is actually a really big healing, guys. You're doing this healing not just for yourself, but for your nation and for your people. This is like an earth healing. So hold this loving space. Then not only will you benefit, but your nation will benefit from this healing. Again, bringing in forgiveness. Some of these battles are thousands of years old. Those people are long dead. It's time to let go of the prejudice and hatred and resentment that we have towards these people that no longer exist. Some of these countries no longer exist. It's time to let it go so you can be free. Free to assert healthy boundaries. Thank you. Well done. That's much better. Okay, let's bring in forgiveness. Forgiving those that became wealthy as a result of the wealth that was stolen from your ancestors. And replace with highest truth that wealth is always circulating, money is always circulating, and it's available to you. So everything that you and your ancestors lost, it can come back to you. But letting go of who and how it comes back to you, so you can be open and available to unexpected sources of income. So let go of trying to get the money back from the Arabic people or the Pakistani people or the German people or the Polish people, whoever the enemies were of your people, letting go of trying to get that wealth back, and to show you that new wealth can always be created and new money can always come to you. And for some of you, you've lent money to people and that you may never see back. So there's a lot of resentment tied to that as well. So bring in forgiveness, forgiving that person for not paying that money back to you, and forgiving yourself for making perhaps a poor choice in who you lent money to. Because my feeling is that for those of you who lent money, on a deep level, you knew you weren't going to get it back, but you lied to yourself. So really who you need to forgive is yourself for making some poor judgments with money. So anywhere you spent money on something, like say for example a car, then it broke down. Anyway, you spent money on something where you felt gypped or cheated or stolen from, somebody lied to you, where there's like this mistrust, let's bring in forgiveness and replace with highest truth of what it feels like to trust your intuition to make good decisions with money. You know how to, when to. It's possible, and it is so. Well done. You guys are doing really well. You're very receptive today. You're an easier group than yesterday. I'm just going to open up the door because I am cooking in here. Ooh. Oh, a bit too bright. Okay, right. Next. Okay, so next we're going to clear out slave energy. So you, down your ancestral line, may not have been a slave, but perhaps your ancestors had slaves. Or maybe your ancestors were slaves. Okay, so we're going to kind of start to clear the slave energy. So for some of you, you might feel a slave to money, a slave to your boss, a slave to the government, right? So we're going to start to clear the slave energy, where this energy creates so much pressure and almost like the sense that your life is not yours, that you have no power, you have no control, and all of these are illusions. These are all illusions that you've been bought and sold by government, by nations, by collective consciousness. So we're going to start to clear out this energy of anywhere that either you or your ancestors were slaves. It may be that you in a past life, perhaps you'd have been a slave, or where you as a past life or your ancestors own slaves, and there's guilt and shame around doing that as well. So close your eyes. Okay, so creative, all that is command to release the first point of trauma where my soul became a slave, or where me or my ancestors took slaves. Where we created the beliefs about owning another human being. Where we created beliefs about the class system. Where we started to treat other humans as less than. And again, let's bring in forgiveness. Forgiving those who enslaved your people. And replacing with highest truth that you are free. That it is safe to have your freedom, that you recognize that you are free. Release the belief that you have to break free and to show that you can just claim your freedom, that it is your birthright. Let's release the need to stay as a slave as a way to be taken care of, as a way to avoid responsibility, or as a way to avoid being attacked or punished. Let's release the need to have to battle for your freedom, replace with the highest truth that you are free without battle. Would you like these? Thank you. Oh, it's a big one. Use your breath, guys. Use your breath. This is a heavy energy. Very heavy. There's a lot of sadness and sorrow here. Use your breath. And if you're watching the replay, this healing will still work. If you're getting emotional, just allow the tears. Tears are also healing. Let's just, and now teach your greatest, highest truth that it's safe for you to own land, it's safe for you to own property, it's safe for you to invest in property, it's safe for you to have assets, it's safe for you to have wealth, knowing that you're worthy and deserving as possible, and it is so. Would you like these? Thank you. Good. Well done. Well done. Okay, interesting. So what I'm hearing is that at some point in childhood, for several of you, in fact, is that you had money, you had wealth, and you were told to give it away. So it may have been like maybe you had a toy and you were told, "Oh, share it with your sister or brother," or you got a gift and somebody said, "Oh, will you share this box of chocolates with somebody else?" And like this wealth of whatever the goodies that you got, all of a sudden like, "Oh, it's not mine, I have to give it away." And you created a belief that what's mine is not mine, I have to give it away. So it could be toys, it could be chocolate, it could be a game, but like whatever the stash was that you got so excited about that within seconds of getting it, you were told to give it away. So we're going to release this resentment that you have towards the person who made you give it away, where you took on a belief that nothing you ever have is yours. So I'm going to release that now. Would you like this? Thank you. Replace with greatest truth that what you receive you can keep and have plenty to share. What it feels like to know that you can choose to share. So letting go of this energy of having to or must energy, you can choose to. Okay, good. Okay, next. This belief around that somehow it's dangerous to have money. So this fear that if you have plenty of money, it's almost like you become a target. So if all of a sudden you just won the 63 euro million, the fear that you'll be hounded by phone calls of people like with their inventions, or desperate people needing money to save their child from dying, and or distant relatives coming out of the woodwork and asking to borrow money. And so our subconscious has already thought of these fears, right? Which is why we don't manifest winning the lotto, right? Because the fear is that as soon as we have it, that we would be forced to give it away, or that it would be stolen from us or taken from us, or that somehow it'd be dangerous, that would be a target. So the fear that if you have plenty of money, that and in some countries, this is a reality, that if you do have great wealth, that you can become a target. So we need to release this fear of having plenty of money becoming a target. Okay, so I'm going to ask Greta to do a healing on that now. That it's safe for you to have plenty of money, safe for you to keep plenty of money, have plenty of money without being in danger. Release anywhere that having lots of money is a burden. So anywhere you're fearing like if you have like millions of dollars, then you have to get a wealth manager and all these like asset management accounts and special private banking, and it all gets complicated. You worry about something that hasn't even happened yet. So what will happen is as you increase your income and you up level, so will your knowledge and wisdom as to how to manage that money. So don't worry about what you haven't got yet. Okay, is what I'm saying to you. So let's be open and available to up level and increase the amount of money that we receive, we have, we keep, and we invest, knowing that we can grow and elevate and up level our knowledge and wisdom as we go along as well. So would you like this? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So just open your eyes for me, guys. I want you to type in the chat, what are you afraid is going to happen if you have plenty of money? If all of a sudden overnight you became a multimillionaire, what could go wrong if all of a sudden you had plenty of money? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to do an additional clearing here that I wasn't planning on, but I'm hearing that this is important to do today. So just let me know if you have plenty of money, what is the worst that will happen? For some of you, it's this fear of, well, I can't have it all. So if I have plenty of money, then I'll get an illness. I'll become sick. It's almost like God gives in one hand and takes out from the other. So that's like a belief that there's like some sort of trade with God. So we are going to clear that. But let's just see what you guys have put in the chat. Okay, if you're getting any discomfort in your body, that's just breathe through the area. It's the energy releasing. And please don't do this when you're driving. If you're a passenger, that's fine, but don't do this when you're driving, please. It's dangerous. We're in meditation. Okay, so guilt for not sharing. That somehow will be taken through taxes or an accident. So somehow like some bad thing will happen. Yeah, you'll be killed. You might, okay, lose direction in your life. So the fear that if you have plenty of money, you're like, I don't feel like doing work today. I don't feel like working on sick clients, right? You're like, yeah, I can't be bothered today. I'm having the year off. So the fear that you become lazy, you'll stop doing your mission. Yeah, that's a common one. The fear that you get bored because you've got everything. You've got this money. Like, this, what else is there, right? The fear that you're going to get bored. Fear that you'll lose your family. It could go to your head and you'd lose control. You'd make poor decisions, or that you'd be stingy. You won't enjoy it. You'll lose your freedom. The money will go. You'll be cursed. Wow, interesting beliefs, guys. Thank you for this. This is good juice. Yeah, that's a good one, Leah. You won't have authentic relationships as people only want you for the money. Yeah, you see this a lot with Hollywood celebrities. Everyone swarms when they're on the up, and as soon as like they're no longer got a pop single, everyone's gone, and so is their money, because they have that belief. Okay, not knowing how much to spend, so going crazy and spending all of it. So this crazy energy to spend it is a way to get rid of it. I need to get rid of it. It's like not feeling safe to have it, so I need to get rid of it, and so that will be with work, just spending it. Yeah, everyone will expect me to do things for them if I'm a multimillionaire. So all of a sudden people are like, do this for me, do this for me. Like, you're rich, you can take care of us. Yeah. So it's like handouts. Yeah, that's a really common one. Listen, guys, sometimes giving somebody money is actually a disservice. Like if you're one of your relatives is a drug dealer, giving them money will be the wrong thing to do. The wrong thing to do. They'll just buy more drugs, right? So just because you have money doesn't necessarily mean you have to give it. Interesting. Economy will crash. Be afraid to lose it again. You'll be destroyed. So a lot of destruction. People will be jealous. Yep, that's a common one. Crucified. Wow, that's kind of that's very ancestral. It's scary. Unknown future. Not accepted by high society. Oh, because you're going to be new money. Tell that to the millennials who are making millions right now. They don't give a shit. They're new money and they're happy to flaunt it right now. Okay, so family are going to ask for you to pay their debts, right? And Suzanne, what's going to happen when they get into new debt? And they're going to come after you for more money and more money, right? So if someone's in a habit of creating debt, giving them money, they'll go and create more debt. That's the habit they're in. So sometimes giving money can exacerbate a problem. Okay, so fears that people think you're egotistical if you don't share it. So yeah, there's this belief that you have to give it away. You have to. Yeah. Yeah. So as I'm reading this, the belief I'm hearing is like, oh, I'm going to be greedy. People are going to think I'm greedy if I keep it all to myself, if I don't give it away. Sidilia, my life would be meaningless. This fear of losing purpose. Yeah. It's overwhelming, feels heavy. So the responsibility, having to sacrifice. Okay. Really good juice. Okay, yeah, there's quite a lot here. Let me see how much I can clear today. Okay, so let's release the belief that you have to give everything away as a way to be generous, kind, and humble. Let's release any vows or those contracts of having to sacrifice yourself for others as a way to be holy, as a way to be good, as a way to be spiritual, as a way to be close to the Creator. Let's release the need to have to suffer to be able to help others or to please others or to save others. Would you like these? Thank you. Yeah, for many of you, it's the fear of losing people. So some of your friends might not be happy with your new success. They may try and pull you down to that level, or they may start to change the way they behave towards you. Um, or that could even be bringing out the ugly side of family. So money is a magnifier, it's a multiplier. So if the person is greedy and stingy, more money is just going to make them more greedy and stingy. If the person is in a habit of having debt and getting into trouble, more money is going to get them more into more debt and more trouble. Okay, so it's a magnifier. Okay, this is why sometimes giving someone money is actually doing them a disservice. Just as I mentioned, like don't give money to a family member who's a drug dealer because they'll just go buy more drugs and get themselves into trouble, right? Or someone who's in a lot of debt, you pay off that debt, they'll create new debt, right? What they need is an education. And education in money management is what they need. That's probably a better investment for them than you giving them 20K, 50K, 100K, whatever their debt is. So let's release this must energy that you must give away your wealth, you must give away your money to save and rescue people. Thank you. Let's teach you that you're allowed to say no. It's safe to say no, that you're worthy and deserving of saying no. Let's allow Creator to teach you and show you what it feels like to have plenty of money and still know who your friends are. Can we release you of the need to use money as a way to buy friendship or to buy loyalty? Thank you. Okay, good. Good. And now, with the eyes closed, I want you to see yourself with this plenty of money. That you have millions in the bank, millions invested, and that you have overflow. So you're free to gift some to family if you choose, but you've set clear boundaries with how much you give, both in money and time. Being surrounded by close, loyal friends who are happy for your success, who support you in your success. Having that money to grow and develop yourself, develop your knowledge and wisdom. For some of you, that might be travel. For some of you, that might be up-leveling your education. And for some of you, it might be rest. Some of you have been working very, very hard and you just need like a good 6 months off to rest. Reconnect with yourself, start nurturing and honoring your body, eating well, sleeping well, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, quality time with your loved ones, which this money will now give you, afford you more freedom. And see yourself gifting to your favorite charities. Or maybe you wish to set up your own philanthropy project. How does that feel? So really make it as real in your mind's eye as possible, this overflow, this abundance. Plenty of money to have, to spend, to share, to save, to invest, and to gift. So creative, all that is, it is commanded to accept and receive all the unlimited abundance installed for me. All the money, the opportunities, all the health, spiritual development, good friends, all the resources I need in order to live a fulfilled and fully expressed life on all levels, all in the highest and best way. Thank you. It is done, and so it is. And feel this frequency coming in through your crown chakra and infusing every cell, molecule, and atom of your body for you to receive, receive, receive. Knowing that you're worthy, knowing that you're deserving. When you receive from abundance, abundance remains. Know it is safe for you to have money, invest money, save money, spend money with gratitude and appreciation. Okay, cool. Nice deep breath. And open your eyes. Okay, so let me know in the chat, guys. How did it feel? How did it feel to have this new reality where you were abundant and you were supported, where you have healthy boundaries? What did it feel like? What did it look like? Wonderful. Much lighter. Good, good. Cool. Okay, let's check our beliefs, guys. Let's check our beliefs. So I'm going to read them out again, please. So please stand up. We're going to muscle test our beliefs. Please stand up. I'm going to check our yeses and nos again. So going to be muscle testing. Okay. So the first belief was rich people are greedy. See if that belief's changed for you. Seeing all the comments come in. Thank you so much, because I really appreciate you giving me this feedback. Good. Yep. Awesome. Fabulous. Much lighter. Feels lovely, wonderful. Feel free. Feel light, hopeful. You can give to your family. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. It feels safe now. I'm allowed to be myself. Yeah, absolutely. You're allowed to. I give you permission to be you. Amazing. So my family on the spiritual trip, yeah, to be able to take your family with you. Yeah, you don't have to leave your family behind. You know, they can choose to come, but you offer it. Harmonious, happy, free. Cool. All right, so we're going to check our beliefs, guys. We're going to start to muscle test our beliefs. So before we do that, so for those of you who've not done theta healing, I have a few spaces left on my upcoming theta healing basic class online. I've posted the link in the chat for you guys. I'm just going to post it again. You can go check out that link. So if you would like to learn how to instantly transform your limiting beliefs into empowering ones, so you can start to attract the life that you want, and then this is the entry-level course. It's a 3-day course. It starts on next weekend. It would be with me. I really reduced the amount of teaching that I do and handed a lot to my team, but I'll be teaching the basic and advanced. So they're the link for the basic class, where you're going to learn how to use this meditation to connect to the divine energy for guidance, for readings, for healings. I use it for future readings, so your future is not set in stone. You can see the potentials. You can use it to instantly change beliefs. You can use it to connect to your guardian angels for guidance. There is a lot that's covered in this 3-day training. So you can go check that out. I'd love to have you join me. All right, so let's check some of these beliefs. All right, so let's check this belief. So please stand up. Okay, so the first belief was rich people are greedy. Are you going forwards or backwards for that one? Okay, next one. It's unsafe to have money. Check this one. It is safe for me to have plenty of money. Feels like a lot of people went yes on that one. Okay, let's check this one. I have to hide money from others. Okay, let's check the next one. If I have money, the government will steal it. Okay, let's check the next belief. Enemies will take my land. Okay, as I'm tuning in, it's like a lot of people that changed. Enemies will take my property. Make sure you say these out loud, guys, yeah? Okay, my borders are unprotected. I am never safe. It's dangerous to be visible. Okay, so let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know if some of the beliefs changed for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, we had some changes. Great. Yeah, let me know. For some of you, some of the beliefs need a little bit of a deeper dive, and that's what we do inside the class. Okay, so now we say all three changed. Fantastic! Well done! Well done. Amazing what this technique can do, right? All changed. Okay, so if I'm just saying still a fear of being visible, again, it's a little bit more a deeper digging that needs to be done. All changed up. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Okay, visibility changed for Torna. Amazing. Okay, Juliana, all beliefs changed. Fantastic. Dubrava, all changed. Okay, still some fears around government. Okay, so some of you, I know you are theta healers. So what you're going to do is you're going to find your theta healing buddy. And you're going to do a healing swap on this. And you're going to work on it until it's clear. There's some probably deeper work that needs to be done with your theta healing technique. Okay, so Nafisha, some changed. Yay, good. Dot, you're doing the advance with me. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing you, Dot. Noticing I love theta and how we can rewire ourselves. Fantastic. So for some of you, some beliefs didn't change, but from what I'm seeing from the chat, most of you had most of the beliefs changed. Okay, so here's why a belief might not change. On some level, so every negative belief serves us in some way. Why would we create a belief that it's like that it's not safe for it to be visible? Because if the fear is if we change it, something bad might happen. So it's a way the subconscious tries to protect us. Sometimes by struggling with money, we avoid stepping into our purpose. So if all of a sudden I was to dump that euro 63 million in your lap, then you might have to quit the day job that you absolutely hate and really live your purpose and your mission. And some of you are scared of your mission. In my personal development career the last 25 years, I've discovered that more people are afraid of success than they are of failure. It's easy to stay small. It's easy to hide. It's easy not to expect too much of yourself. It's easy to put yourself down. What is more challenging is to rise up, step up, and be in your greatness. Because the fear I'll be judged. People might not like it. What if I fail? Right? What if I'm not good enough? All of these stories we tell ourselves about our greatness. And again, here's the thing I've discovered, that as you start to work on yourself, you start to do the self-development, you start to do the, like I use theta healing as the tool that I use because it's just very fast. I mean, to fast and efficient, right? When you, whatever process you're using for personal growth and development, as you start to work on yourself and you examine your beliefs, examine your mindset, you start to elevate and grow. And what happens as you go to the next level, you're showing the next level, the next level, the next level. And so, If you could imagine the best version of you, this future version of you that's created the success, that has the joyful relationship, that has all this money, that has the savings and investments, that her future or his future is secure, that best version of you, would they want you to stay stuck where you are? Just so you can please your friends, so you can keep them yourself on that level, just so that you don't upset anybody, just in case you might make a few mistakes? Of course not. The future version of you that has created success wants the very best for you. In fact, some of you guys need a big kick up the butt, right? It's time to get off your lazy ass and start to make it happen. And so this can be possible for you, but you've got to want it. You've got to have the desire for the greatness. Money's just one tool of that, but it's not by no means is it the only tool. Like money's like anything, right? Money is how you do money is how you do everything, right? If you're disrespectful or reckless with money, it's going to show up in other areas of your life. Okay, so money is just a reflection of other areas of your life. But what I'm asking is that you step up to your courage, step up to your greatness, and see where that can lead you. You will be amazed at what is possible for you when you decide. And it starts with a decision. You can decide, say, yep, this was a great energy clearing. I'm going to go back to watching Netflix, drinking my Fanta, or I can take some form of action to develop myself. I can take some form of action to start growing and making that investment in myself, because when I make an investment in me, I'm the best investment I can make. As I grow, so does everything else in my life. Okay, cool. I hope you enjoyed today's Facebook Live. This will be part of a money series. The next one's going to be on Tuesday, guys. Tuesday, let me just check my calendar, let you know exactly when it will be. Tuesday at 1 p.m. British Summer Time. 1 p.m. British Summer Time will be the next one. It will be recorded, guys. It'll be recorded, so you can watch the replay. I'm going to post the questions in the chat so that I'm going to post the notification in the Facebook chat. So if you've got any questions that you'd like me to answer in advance, I'll definitely do that. I'll get to your questions in advance. Otherwise, I would love to see you in the Daily Basic course. And where you can begin to start to transform your mindset to create abundance in all life areas. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.